San Francisco voters have approved a law that will tax landlords up to $5,000 if they leave their units vacant for over 182 days. Hi, my name is Sam, and I'm an out-of-state investor. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video. Before we jump into the video, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. So the way this will work is I will explain the law in detail and what the implications are, and then I'll share some of my thoughts. I look forward to hearing your thoughts, so definitely make sure you leave a comment at the end of the video. All right, so let's jump into this and read an excerpt from the article that explains exactly what's going on with this law. All right, so Proposition M would require landlords to pay an annual tax between $2,500 and $5,000 per unit per year for the first 2 years of vacancy. By the third year, the tax can progress to as high as $10,000 per unit. The article says it's a stiff penalty, but if landlords can make $10,000 to $15,000 more on short-term rentals, many of them may opt to pay the tax and write it off. As it says, the property owners are not going down without a fight, which is great, and they're suing to prevent this from taking place. So if they lose, the tax revenue collected will go into a housing activation fund, quote unquote. We'll see if that's even true, that would seek to buy new buildings and offer financial assistance to elderly and special needs tenants. All right, so before we get into my thoughts and how this impacts you as an investor, if you're looking to buy your first or next investment property in 2024, I have a free guide that you should definitely check out. It's going to help you work through the steps to reach that goal next year. So go to the link in the description and you can check that out. All right, so a lot that I have to share about this. So first, these kind of laws are why I always recommend that you consider investing in landlord-friendly states. California, up and down, is not a landlord-friendly state at all because of laws like this, because tenants were allowed to stay for free for 3 years, and a number of other things. It is not a landlord-friendly place. It is a place that is in favor of the tenants. As you're figuring out where to invest, this is incredibly important for you to keep up on. This is why I put out content like this about laws and different things going on, because as an investor, you have to be informed. You should do your best to be in a landscape that favors you and allows you to do business. So there's a number of reasons why a unit might be vacant that this is not taken into account. So let's say you are a parent, you have a 3-unit property or a 4-unit property. One of them you live in, one of them is occupied, and you're leaving the 2 open for a family member who is going to move in at a certain point of time, for a child you might have away at college who's going to come back and move in at a certain point in time. This is not taking that into account. This is putting all landlords under one umbrella and fining them for not using their property in the way they see fit. I'm big on property rights, and I think landlords have a right to do whatever they want with their property, and I don't think they should be penalized for it. My thing is, I believe the cities should incentivize development. They should incentivize developers to come in and build. But why would you come in and build in a place where the laws are so strict and they're putting nonsense like this out potentially that will fine you for having a vacant unit? What if your unit is being worked on? What if you're getting some renovations done that take longer than expected? Are they going to just penalize people for that? It literally makes no sense to me. And I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So definitely make sure you leave a comment. So I don't think this makes any sense. I don't think this will help with the housing issue. And if we think about it, this is going to hurt small landlords the most. Small landlords can't withstand a tax like this. But those large landlords, who many of whom probably already have some level of vacancy, they'll figure it out and they'll pay the tax or figure out a way around it. It happens all the time. And so I think they're trying to aim at those large corporate landlords in those luxury buildings. But in the end, in my opinion, it's going to hurt the small mom and pop landlord who is just trying to make some extra income or may have a reason that their unit is vacant. And whatever the reason is, it shouldn't matter, in my opinion. If I bought the property, I should be able to do what I want to do with it. If I pay my property taxes, if I keep it clean, if the grass is cut, if there's a lawn, then no one should bother me and I should be able to do what I want with it. So, I think this is incredibly unfair. The other thing is it's one tenant, one bad tenant can ruin everything, especially in a city like San Francisco, where it's already hard to get a non-paying tenant out and where you have very few property rights as a landlord. And so as a landlord, you need to be very strict with your screening. So it's very possible that you just may not be able to find someone who meets all of your qualifications, who has good references from previous landlords, who makes enough money to where you feel comfortable renting the property out to them. There are a number of reasons that a property can be vacant. And so I think this is ridiculous. I mean, I just don't agree with it. I don't think it's going to help. And I really hope the landlords win. So I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into some of the details of the law. So it says the tax would not apply to units intended for travelers, vacationers, and other short-term occupants, or units in a nursing home or residential care facility. This would also not apply to units owned by nonprofit organizations or government agencies. So here's the thing. Why wouldn't I just make my units a short-term rental and just list it as a short-term rental? Or I can go to midterm rentals, so traveling professionals or travel nurses. The thing is, to me, I feel like this is intended to help with the housing crisis that's taking place out there and housing prices, but I don't see how that's going to happen. Like, people will find a way around it. It's not getting to the core of the issue. In my opinion, it's blame shifting. So this is completely ridiculous. So let's read some more and see more of the details on what was on the ballot. So it says the proposition provides exemptions for a primary residence where the owner has a home owner property tax exemption. I'm not sure what that is. And the property with an existing residential lease. The proposition also allows additional time to fill vacant units before the tax applies in some circumstances, including repair of an existing unit, new construction, or natural disaster or death of the owner. So the problem I have with that is very general. It's not giving specific dates or specific timelines. And in my opinion, I believe that's done intentionally. So they're trying to catch people. They think they're solving a problem, but in my opinion, it's not going to solve anything. It's just going to make it worse. So let me know what you think. I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. This is a super interesting article. And as I get more updates on it, I'm definitely going to let you all know so you can stay tapped into what's going on. All right. And if you are somebody who lives in an expensive area, or if you live in an area that is not landlord friendly and you desire to invest somewhere that is landlord friendly, I'm hosting a 4-week workshop starting January 17th, all about out-of-state investing. So we're going to talk about how to build your team, how to find and analyze properties, creative financing strategies, and so much more. So go to outofstatemoney.com/workshop if you're interested, or click the link in the description. All right. Thank you all so much. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to comment below. Let me know what you think. Whether you agree with me or disagree, I would love to hear from you. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.